You know, you may have a $1 billion idea, but at the end of the day, if you have a $1 billion idea and you don't have $1 billion mindsets, it doesn't matter.
Russell Wilson is one of the most entrepreneurial football players in the NFL. From his fashion label Goodman brand to his production company West to East and his mobile gaming app Tally. Not to mention his extensive charity work through his foundation Why Not You. He let us accompany him on a business trip to New York to find out what drives him to succeed off the field.
Thank you for letting us tag along with you for a day in New York and kind of get a glimpse into this side of your life.
The city's pretty cool, huh? Driving through it, I love New York. We won a Super Bowl here, Super Bowl 48.
What would you say actually since then has been like the biggest lesson you've learned about yourself since starting football with the NFL?
I think the biggest thing in life that you learn is, and I'm still constantly trying to learn, is I'm a go-getter. I'm a nonstop, foot down on the pedal kind of guy. I think that with kids, the thing that I've learned more than anything else is just patience. You know, patience in decisions, patience in life, patience in just, when you have kids running around the whole house, the more that you can slow down, the better you're gonna be.
You talk then about kind of slowing down, but you have a fashion brand, you have tech companies, you have entertainment endeavors. Like, it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Why have you decided to kind of take on so much? What kind of drives you to do that and not just focus on being like a great football player?
I grew up in an educated family, but it also just gave me a vision. It gave me opportunity. My dad used to always ask me the question when we were in the car like this, son, you're 25 years old, son, you're 30 years old, son, you're 40 years old, what are you doing? Where are you at? Paint the picture for me. And I would be 12 years old painting this picture, and that's not good enough, give me a better one. So I would do that, for fun, and create a business idea for me, and so I would just, he gave me that imagination.
You started this app Trace Me in 2018, but you basically had to pivot away from that within about a year. What did you kind of learn from that experience of kind of entering that, that competitive app culture?
Good tech companies, what they do is they study their audience. And we were fortunate to study our audience and realize that people love live events. Like, no matter what we did, if I posted something live or if something was going on live with Sierra or anything else, any of those celebrities or content owners, what would happen is it would go up 10x. The engagement, even more than that sometimes. And so what we did was, hey, there's something here, statistically, from a data standpoint. And what we realized is that let's go expand on the opportunity of live moments, live events.
Jeff Bezos is a backer for Tally app. Yep. I'm kind of interested, what's the most memorable thing that Jeff Bezos has said to you?
Well, he said, for me, I wanted to go raise $1 million. So what I did was, I went to 60 plus people, and I said, hey, give me $50,000. I got an idea, and basically told him, what he was going to do and how he's going to have this online bookstore essentially and everything else. And only 22 people said yes. Only 22. He said that's all I needed. All I needed is 22 people to say yes. Think about that. And when you think about that, there's 7.5 billion people in the world. For 22 people to say yes, it's a small idea that becomes one of the largest companies in the world. Yeah, anything's feasible. And so that's what I think about.
Is there one particular piece of advice that you got when you were young that you passed on to your kids?
I think write out your goals. Plan, Don't just do things just to do them, I think, writing out your goals and having a vision of how it's supposed to look like and how it's supposed to be. But also be willing to adjust when it does happen.
Not too dissimilar from football, right? You have to visualize what you want, but adapt when it all goes wrong.
Yeah, I mean I think that's what happens to quarterbacks. You have to be successful. To be successful, you have to be able to adapt. Great teams, great businesses. You got to be able to adapt. If you can't adapt, then you're never gonna be successful for a long period of time. So I think the great players, the great businesses, they adapt, and they're willing to. They're willing to learn, and they're willing to continue to challenge themselves.
Yeah.